Welcome again to this wonderful session, the sixth session of our subject, a healthy relationship. And remember, we are looking at it the God's way. So you can have a relationship which is not a God's way. And the moment is not God's way, it is not a healthy one, it is a dangerous one. You've just registered to hell if you are not doing it the God's way. And tonight we are going to be discussing on something very significant: the importance of singleness. The importance of singleness. Hallelujah. Most of times we have heard of the word single, and what comes into our mind is something quite funny, a very funny and lonely state of a person's life. This is what we have been defining in our thoughts, that when a person says that he is single, then you think that he is in a very funny and lonely state of his life or of our life. And most of us have treated it in a funny way. The moment you go to church or when you are with your friends and say, I'm single, the next question they are going to ask you is, so when are you planning to get married? Or when are you planning to live with someone? So they are requiring the plan, trying to make you understand that, or try to make you believe that that state is a most bizarre and funny state of a person's life. And the way they ask this kind of question is in a manner that is intended to make you feel like you are so behind in life. The way they ask you is like, brother, are you from Pluto or other forgotten planet out there? We have been trained to take singleness as something very strange for a young man or a woman. And then this secular world has trained people to call fornication a normal relationship, and singleness is a lost state. They want to make you feel like you cannot survive without having a different sex, different partner of a different gender with you. They call fornication a normal relationship, and they treat singleness as a loss. If it is a girl that has never been in any relationship, you will hear her friends counting her as someone who is missing something. They treat her like a baby, maybe, or someone who has not grown up yet. And then we have people rushing into some dangerous relationships, ruining their dignities and values, to some dogs in the streets that knows nothing about life or respect. Now, if young people are not taught how important this state called singleness is, if young men, if young women, if youths are not taught how important singleness is, we are going to have a generation of fornicators, because the world has got its own way of training children of vipers that is against the doctrine of truth. Some people, as I have been seeing, even from churches and other places, they get into relations because of pressure, because his friend is getting married. Then you see pastor coming to him, how about your cake? When will you eat it? Marry, you have to marry. Pressuring the person to marry just because they want to eat some cake, some wedding cake. Now listen to this. Singleness is not a disease, but rather a golden opportunity given to you by God to get prepared and to learn as much as you can to develop yourself for a better marriage. Singleness is a golden opportunity given to you by God to get prepared and to learn as much as you can to develop yourself for a better marriage. If you have gotten into a relationship and then broke up with that fellow, thank God for his mercies that are too much upon you, because you are on a track that you could have regretted the whole life, the whole days of your life. You are getting into a track that you are going to regret whole of your life. Thank God, because he has given you another chance to work on yourself. I said, thank God, brother, sister. You have to thank God for that, because he has given you another chance to work on yourself. Don't blame them for leaving you. You are going to a dangerous direction. It is better they left before marriage. It is better that they left before marriage. At least you understood the person you are dealing with. If they betray you when still in courtship, thank God, they could have done it in a marriage. And the worst part is when you already have children together. Thank God for shining his mercies upon you. Just say, shoo, thank God I'm single again. Singleness is an opportunity given to you by God to invest more on yourself, invest more on your character, invest more on your vision and knowledge, so that you can be a better parent that has good stuff to give his or her children. It is a chance that has to be appreciated so much, because once you get into a marriage, there is no room to correct your mistakes. And if you get in there with the wrong person, don't even think that God will support any divorce unless one of you commits adultery. Now imagine you are there suffering because of a wrong decision. You are in a wrong marriage. And maybe the husband or the wife is not fornicating outside, but he's giving you a hard time. You are busy fighting every now and then. Just imagine if divorce is only allowed when fornication, adultery is sensed, detected in a marriage. And imagine you've not caught your guy cheating outside, but he's giving you a hard time. Giving you a time. No divorce. You have to bear the burden. Are we together? Are we flowing? So, are you single? Don't worry. Appreciate it that you are on a good ground. Stay there and upgrade yourself.